What's up?
It was me.
Oh, okay.
I went up to. So remember how I told you it changed my settings? It turned my fucking noise cancellation to auto instead of low like I usually have it.
Uh,
So that was me. I'm sitting
so
here
now you
like,
can hear me fine?
yeah, 100%. You still have like a tiny bit of that vibration feedback, but that does tend to happen sometimes. So
Oscar's in my face right now.
push her,
Probably help.
shove her, give her a big fuck you.
She's just pushing back and like staring at
All right, we're back. We had shit to do. It's been 2 months. I'm just repeating everything I said last recording. Um,
me.
anyway, what were we talking about? The God of War shit and the new games we got on Steam. What'd you get on Steam?
Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. Just call me back. Let me. I pushed her for some reason. She yelped. Get.
Do you want me to call you back?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello? Yep.
Yo, what happened?
No. All good now.
You
hmm
sure? All right, sick. All right, I'm gonna call you back. We can actually start this motherfucker.
I just didn't want a loud yelping noise in there.
All right, I'll call you right back.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Time for show. God damn.
We're black.
No. Hello.
We're fucking back.
Back.
It's been a 2 month long wait. Sorry for the
Two
wait.
months.
And Wyatt's over here with a K cup trying to
It's a
make
K cup.
one of those Keurig cups. No, you don't tear it out of the K cup to make hot chocolate. Well, then go make it. If you want to make it, go make it. I'm not making it.
No, I was trying to talk to you with my hands to tell you if I could do it.
Oh, if you can do it, yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yes, because I need to ask you if I could have some.
Why do you have to ask me?
Is
I don't care what you do.
okay. Okay,
As
no.
long as you're not doing anything bad, I don't care.
Okay.
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 Hey, I'm recording. Go. Call you right back again, motherfucker.
Later.
All right, Wyatt. No more interruptions.
Hello, hello.
We're back.
Here we go.
Here we go. And
Let's go.
it's been a long wait, about 2 months. We've been getting shit done, both of us. Did Frank finish that project on
No.
your house yet? Oh my god. The never-ending story.
Yeah. I forgot because I was busy. I built at least like what 30 to 60 models since we last did this. Probably more.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I did at least
But you
50.
didn't paint them. You didn't paint them, so they're not complete.
Well, I haven't painted like any of them. I
Oh no,
finally
you have
decided
to
on
paint them.
like the paint scheme. It'll be bright green,
Good.
dark purple, and blue accents.
Why don't you just paint them like they're supposed to be done?
You can paint them however you want.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to follow some like
You
guidebook.
can, but you can also do it how you want.
And you can still use them like you
It,
want.
all- it, it's more important that they all look like they all have the same paint scheme, so they all look like they're from the same army. What?
You should do that checkered
No,
pattern. Confuse the
I'm not
enemy.
doing that. That's orcs. It's orcs and harlequins. I have neither of those. I might get harlequins, but I'm not gonna fucking checker paint that. That shit looks so hard. I think they do it with
Just
tape.
put like a yeah, just like do a big stencil on it. Just
No.
I never understood. Once you told me that, and then I saw the pictures of them, I was like,
Oh
geez,
yeah.
like why?
Well, it's like the harlequins are kind of like psychedelic rainbow kind of stuff in their checker pattern, so it's like even worse. I think the it's like a specific group of orcs that do the checker pattern. They're the flashy
Hmm.
orcs, the flash gets, which is what's that fucking um, that thing on YouTube. Flash gets is named after.
I have no idea.
You remember Flash gets where they had the console wars and they had fucking
Oh,
Abby as
that
like a
okay.
giant monster.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the console wars was fucking
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
there's so many fucking hilarious ones they have. Like they have one with is it the Black Templars from fucking Warhammer or like the religious zealots and they go to furry fucking planet and they just annihilate everything.
What the fuck? um, did you get anything on the Black Friday sale you were telling me about? What were you telling me about
I
before?
got several things. I got Into the Breach, Trek to Yumi, fucking was it Inquisitor? Forget the rest of it. It's a top-down 40k game like Diablo, except with guns.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
you fight all the shit from 40k. There's like all the DLCs, so you get to fight like every enemy from 40k. It's badass. They look so fucking cool, like when they're actually moving.
hmm. Do you get anything else?
Probably a few things, but I can't. I cycle things out of my computer, so they're not all just sitting here. Oh, I got the Elder Scrolls games too. I have all five of them or six.
Whoa, you got all of them,
Yeah.
all of them. Oh, I thought you were just talking about Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Whenever you told me
Well,
about that.
see, Arena and Daggerfall are free on Steam.
Oh,
Yeah,
do they have? Oh, you said Daggerfall. Never mind. Okay, sick.
yeah. They're weird.
Uh, yeah, I'm just waiting to get Final Fantasy Crisis Core Union and Ragnarok once I beat this God of War. So that'll be fucking sick.
So you're playing the other new one.
Yeah,
No.
like the fucking why? Now I can hear that feedback still.
Asuka's up in my face, like licking her jowl.
Ah, so it was fucking Oscar.
Well, why she's acting up right now.
Hmm.
Being a weirdo.
Um, yeah, I'm playing those ones because I originally played the original one and I wasn't a fan of it, and then I just gave this one a try out because it was free on PlayStation.
Nice. See, I always
So,
think Zora's Wrath is better.
Azura's
Yeah,
Wrath,
we cut.
but that's not God of War.
So it has like the button prompts and everything, and you beat the living
Oh, I
shit
see
out
what
of
you're saying.
stuff.
Have you played the newer
Nah,
ones?
I've never really played God of War to begin with.
I was only interested because of the Norse mythology, and they made it look like 10 times better than what it used to look like.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just because it's like what 10, 20 years old.
Right. I watched like gameplay from the older ones. I'm like, jeez, how far we have come.
Always also got Sekiro and Neo.
You, I need to get Sekiro.
Sekiro is fun. I want to beat Neo first.
Neo's not a Souls game,
Right.
right? It's just like a Souls game.
It's a Square. Is it Square? I forget.
I'm not sure.
Square makes a bunch of weird games.
Right. They announced Dragon Quest 12, so I'm waiting on that too. I need to beat. I've finished my fucking Dragon Quest collection except for 10 because 10 is online only
10 online
for some.
only.
Yeah, they did the fucking weird Final Fantasy shit where they're like, oh, 11 and 14 are online only. And I'm like, I don't really want to do that. So, like, everybody tells me how good 14 is, and then I tried it, and I was like, I hate this. It's like 12, like like I don't know. It just reminds me of 12 or something weird closely like it, and I'm like, nah, keep that where it is, and because 12 is great, but this 14 shit is not fun to me.
What is that? Neo is from Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo.
We were, I was talking on the Final Fantasy group, and they were saying how much, like, a couple people posted on how much they fucking hated Stranger of Paradise when it came out.
What's that? DLC?
No, Stranger of Paradise is that Team Ninja game that I had that I beat. Remember I
Oh,
showed
you
you that?
played a Team Ninja game? Nice.
Yeah. It's super fun. If you're into like those beat down games, like the beat 'em ups,
Team Ninja.
and then you can just constantly fucking you can just keep on upgrading your skill tree, and then once your skill tree hits so much, you get to advance it into like the next thing. Like, I don't know, you get from like warrior to paladin to this to
What was
that.
that called?
Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise.
Uh,
It's just some one-off fucking random ass game that a lot of people either hate or love. It was really fucking fun.
I looked up Team Ninja. It's not very good looking here.
What are you talking about?
Fucking was it, you know how like when you search a genre, then you think about the genre too much, and it's just like there's some search engines that are like that. Like the PlayStation Now thing, it was like fuck. Was it like anything that was like even closely resembled a strategy game in any manner was in the strategy game?
Yeah.
I looked up Team Ninja and it's just like Ninja Gaiden, and then there's like Naruto, and then there's a bunch of porn.
Right.
This Bleach thing looks
Um,
kind of interesting.
it's really fun because it's
Holy
like
shit.
it's just like it's not turn-based,
Oh,
so you can just walk around, just run around, fucking kill
oh
shit,
that's yeah. Don't really like.
get cool special moves and shit like that. But you can constantly change and switch to different classes on the fly.
Oh,
Yeah, and like boss fights are super fun. You get like a few, you get like 3 allies with you. I'm not gonna spoil the game, but that shit gets tough at the
oh,
end.
they have
Cause
triangle strategy on Steam.
you're fucking up if you don't buy that game. That game is so
I
fucking
was
good.
thinking about buying
I could not stop playing it. I was like, I'm playing this straight through. Like whenever I got my vasectomy done, kicked up, put the switch on. I was like, all right, let's do it. I ended up putting like 56 hours in that game straight through.
it. Nice.
I didn't get the golden ending or whatever, but that's because you have to be super specific in what you do. I just followed what I would do. There's 4 different endings. So I did like the liberator ending or whatever, or I liberated the slaves that shouldn't have been slaves.
Oh, you're like fucking Abraham Lincoln or some shit.
Well, no, the government was like, okay, in the game there's like a thing where the government blames these peoples for the problem that they had in their land, and all it really was a cover up
Huh.
so they could just make money. Sounds pretty familiar, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's the lore
but
for Elden Ring. It's merchants.
what do you
That's what
mean?
happened to the merchants. The merchants,
I,
Sheep, Shanib, Shinibi or whatever, that fucking head thing that makes people attack you. He was like the first person touched by madness, and he blamed the merchants for it. And so all the merchants were banished from the land. That's why they have to roam. They create
Yeah.
caravan.
I didn't even know there was lore
Oh
on it.
yeah, I was into that lore because that was like something that was concrete. Most of the stuff's just like, here's the stuff that's not in the game. It's like,
I'm just really mad that they fucking they announced DLC like right after I started my second playthrough, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Now I gotta beat this fucking game again, and I don't want to." Should have just like
wait,
I should have left well enough alone.
I see.
I mean, I already played halfway through it on my second playthrough, and that was in like I don't know 2 nights.
I'm on
So,
like playthrough 5 or something.
are you still playing
No,
it?
finally kicked the habit.
Like, I don't know if I really like these games. Plays 5 times
I
through.
went back every time I try to go back to it. I'm like, I hate this.
I I like it, but it's so much more fun to play with friends.
uh,
It really is. Like Demon Souls, I had to like kick that habit because it was consuming me.
in what is in Neo, you can summon shit people.
Oh, nice.
That would make the game so much easier.
Yeah, I every once in a while, whenever I'm bored, I'll like hit up the Facebook group for Demon Souls, and I'll try a world by myself like maybe 5 or 6 times, and if I can't figure it out, I'll be like, "Hey, anybody want to help? Because I spent an hour getting to this motherfucker, and then I died. Now I have to go all the way back, and I don't even know how I got here."
Well, it's like in Bloodborne. Every time I play that, I for some reason I don't want to level up until I beat the two werewolves on the bridge. I just never do. Well, I've beat them
It's
before.
weird.
I just forgot to level up till I lost to the cleric beast at least once. So that's like
Uh,
3, 4 hours fucking going through this game and not even leveling up.
I just got to this part where the snatchers throw you in a cell, and then I just walk around and then somehow get caught every fucking time. I'm not good at these games, but the trial and error just gets to me, and I'm like, I fucking hate playing games forever and not
I
getting
like
anywhere.
Sekiro a lot.
I heard it's the hardest Souls game.
Not for me, because this is like
Like,
I actually know mechanics like this. So I'm like, yeah,
like the parry
yeah.
mechanic. Yeah, I heard if you don't master that, you can't fucking do
Well,
that
that's
game.
like what 90% of Ninja Gaiden was. So,
Okay, you're on point then, I bet.
well, this is great.
Finally.
And yeah, I was having. There's like, I still have to get better at it, but there was this fucking, was it like a pseudo boss or a mini boss? And I had so much fun. He's kicking my ass, but like I eventually fucking did it, and I was so happy. Just that
Yeah,
combat's so fulfilling to me.
the what is it? That poison fucking like dude that attacks you with his claws in Bloodborne. That was so much fun to fight. You just had to constantly be just like moving and fighting,
I don't like Bloodborne
or
too
you're getting
much.
fucked.
I like the aesthetic of all those games. I just don't like the games. And your fucking character always looks goofy. I didn't notice it for a while, but now I like can't unnotice it. It's especially bad in Bloodborne because you're like this lanky, weird dude with a small head.
I've never
It's
noticed.
just so weird because it's like your character's like standing straight up. They can almost touch their knees with their palms. It's like, oh my
Oh yeah.
god. It's like, dude,
Wait
you'd
a
be a
minute.
great fucking boxer, man.
My hands are almost to my knees. They're like right above them.
What?
Fuck you.
Mine are below, like in between, in the middle.
Not really. Mine are like my fingertips touch right above my knee.
Really? You got long arms.
Yeah, yeah. A fucking
Yeah, but
wingspan.
imagine if you could just stand up and put your hands, like your palms, on your knees.
Gross.
You got like
Craig keep
monkey arms at that point.
right. Craig kept on trying to convince me into doing Tough Man. I was like, dude, like the weight class just sucks
So
though.
just get into the super weight class by eating a lot.
I'm in
Like
that
I'm
class.
320 pounds.
Once you pass, I think he said like once you pass like 240 or something, it's just anything goes essentially. I was like, so you want me to get punched in the face by a 400-pound dude with all
Hey,
that
you
weight?
the three.
He's like, they'll burn themselves out in like 2 minutes. Don't worry about it. I was like, yeah, but I'm like weird like that. I get too excited. I want to go in. He's like, you can't go in. I was like, but I want to go in. You don't understand.
Is that Sam Hyde boxed some other dude, and they're about was it 6'2", 280, 300 pounds. I think so. That was a pretty weird fight. Fucking Sam Hyde is amazing. You have to fucking watch that boxing promo. It's there's like this fucking streamer that's called Hassan Piker, and fucking Sam Hyde's acting like an Irishman. And he's like, I'm the best Irishman for 1,000 years. He's like, I'm coming for you, Hassan. I'm going to kill you. And the fucking person's like, you mean in the ring? And he's like, no, in real life. So I'm gonna come wear your skin. Like the fucking
There's
craziest thing I've ever seen.
the other day whenever I messaged you that I started working out, dude, I was feeling great. I was doing great on the whole like actually keeping track of the calorie deficit I was on and everything like that, and being under these carbs. I was like, hell yeah. And then Casey's like, yo, I'll uh I'll do something special if you take me to Sushi Bomb tonight. And I was like, you motherfucker. So we go to Sushi Bomb and I ate like 5 pounds of fucking Japanese food. It's all you can eat.
All you can eat sushi. What do you even eat?
It's a whole menu. It's not just sushi. There's you can get any sushi roll,
What did you
anything.
eat?
But I ate what is it? Lo mein vegetables, lo mein chicken, fucking sushi rolls, fucking
Okay,
uh, gyoza dumplings, and just like I was like, fuck it, dude. If I'm gonna ruin this, I'm ruining it, and then I'm getting back on track like Monday.
dumplings are
Fuck
really
it.
good.
Oh my god, so good.
You got to think of the Tony the Tiger episode of Meat Canyon. I'm not gonna
But
eat the cereal today. I'm gonna work out and take care of myself. So you're
I've been keeping up with the
what
working out
what you
though. I
doing?
am keeping up
You
with the working
ignoring
out.
Tony the Tiger? Like, come on, fatty,
I
shove
am.
it in your
I am.
mouth.
I have been keeping up with that. Um, that's fun. I find enjoyment in this.
Yeah, it
So
gets your blood flowing. Brain
right.
produces endorphins and dopamine.
It just sucks because when I do it at work, I get worried that somebody's gonna come looking for me. Like it doesn't matter or anything like that, but I just don't want them to be like, "Oh, where's he at?"
You fucking whack it
So
off again.
no, they were like, they came and got me one time when I was in there, and I was pissed because I was doing the lawnmower things, and like, ah, dude, past like 3 days, chest, fucking biceps and triceps just screaming.
This is it. Some big fat dude I knew got like real skin. He was like over 300. I think he got down to like normal human size, like 180, just by doing burpees like every day. He was also in jail, so. Yeah.
Oh, really? What's a
A
burpee?
burpee is you do, see, you're like in a push up, then you bring your knees up into your chest, and then you stand up and you jump in the air. And then you do it, go back down in push up position, and then do it all over again. That's a burpee. And they are really
Yeah.
good at making you lose weight because it uses all of your muscles in your body.
Wait, so you dip down and jump up?
You go into a push up, and then you bring your knees up and stand up, and then whenever you're up all the way, you jump. You do it in like one
Oh,
motion.
okay. Oh, jeez.
That's how you lose weight pretty fast.
I'm gonna start doing these.
Those and what is it? Mountain climbers are really good. Mountain climbers kick your
Oh,
fucking
I'm
dick
sure.
in.
I'm sure. I'm getting ready to do these. These they're like called forearm planks, and you like slide because if you can get these slider things to help you do it, but you basically like do a plank but on your forearms and your tiptoes right on the floor.
Yeah.
And Paige was telling me like if you don't have sliders, you can use like paper plates. Just put them on your elbows and forearms and shit, and they slide really well. And you slide up into like an arch, and it's supposed to work your core. And you just keep doing that. She's like, this thing's fucking burned, dude. Like as soon as you start doing those.
I think we did those on our hands and knees in wrestling. We did called them
Maybe
catbacks because we'd have to
catbacks.
do that and then bend the opposite. We just sit there and go back and forth. So that's these things
Yeah.
called athletics that are fucking crazy. Tell you,
What's athletics?
it's like does it say you got like push-ups and sit-ups? You do 10 push-ups, and then you roll over and do 10 sit-ups, and then you roll over and then you do 9 push-ups, and you do that all the way until you get down to 0. And you add more
Huh.
exercises in it. It's not just those 2. It's usually about 5.
Right. I basically all I've done at that little gym was like just essentially just chest and arms. I've done a little bit of leg work, but it's like I honestly don't need to work my legs
Yeah,
out.
you do.
No, I really don't.
There's
They're
if you don't
they're
do that,
solid. I do a little bit. I do a little bit. I still
because
do
you'll
it.
look funny. Like I've seen so many people that just want to look good.
No, no, no. I know
Yeah, they
that.
are
I'm saying I still work them out,
teeny
just not
tiny.
like I don't work them out like I'm doing everything else
Yeah,
because there's one leg lift thing there that I can use, and it's like all it's gonna happen is like my thighs are just gonna keep getting bigger, and they're already huge. So it's like,
you do like the Macho
eh.
Man.
I'm just like, right now I'm just trying to
Through
really
'em.
focus on arms, chest, and
You gotta
core.
scream through your exercises.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that there.
So I think I seen the Macho Man work out before, and he did that. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab this dumbbell." And he's like, "Yeah, yeah,
oh, I
yeah, there you
watched this like
go."
there was this old like those Facebook reels. This dude walks around, makes like free videos for people, like work, like just anything that they're doing. And he walked up to this dude while he's working out outside at like some festival. He's this old as fuck, like huge white beard, bald head, but with like the white ring of hair around his hair. Old black dude, and he's just fucking pumping, dude. This guy's fucking huge. And he's like, "Hey, sir, I got a question." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What's up, man? Can I talk to you for a second?" He's like, "Can't you see I'm working out? That's your problem with this generation. You guys don't got no respect." I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I make you a free video." He's like, "You got $1,000?" He's like, "I got $100." He's like, $100, 5 minutes. Let's go. And like, this dude is a fucking monster. and they like made all this purple smoke around him. And he like at the end he jumps up and there's like this younger white girl, probably like 22, 23. He's like, "Hey baby, what you doing? Come on over here." And then they dressed him up like a pimp. It was so fucked up.
Make it sound like Fat Albert.
It was
Hey,
so fucking
man.
funny.
I can't do it. Fuck. I messed up. No, Oscar won't leave me alone. I got
But yeah,
Diaconic Cube. I think that's what it's called.
what is it?
Diaconic Cube.
What is that?
It's a cube that has 4 colored walls and then like 2
What does this have to do with anything?
shining in my living room, and it looks real.
Oh.
So
Have you picked up the new Pokemon game yet, or
no.
what? It is fucking crazy. It's really
That's
fun.
Sword and Shield and that one are the ones I'm missing, I think, right?
I think so, yeah.
So
Sword and Shield's fun, but this one's way more fun.
What was before Sword and Shield?
Was it Black and White too? No. What the fuck am I thinking? It's Sun and Moon.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only 2 I'm missing.
It's really fun. They added a bunch of different type variants and shit. Like there's a lot of like fighting combo.
About that.
What?
The variants.
Well, they added a bunch of different variants, and then they did a bunch of double typing. Where like this one, they put a bunch of fighting dual types.
So that one,
which is cool.
They still only have 8 evolutions.
8.
Yeah, the fairy one was that the last one?
Oh, you mean typings?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is there? Like normal, ground, rock, electric, grass, fire, water, fighting, psychic, ghost. That's 10.
There's
Fairy.
a ghost one.
Gengar, Ghastly, and Haunter are all ghost types.
No, I meant the evolutions.
I don't know what you
like
mean.
Leafeon and Glaceon.
Oh, an Eevee?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying evolutions. Yeah, they still have those ones. Yeah. They haven't made anything new on that part. I'm sure they'll come out with like a ghost and a steel
I want
and
a
a
bug
ground.
Eevee so much.
Do you know what this one centers around? Like the new special mechanic in it?
Nah. I seen one of
It's
the
called
legendary beast things. Some dude was riding it and he like jumped over a rock or something and then just fell through the world.
Yeah, they just put out their first patch yesterday, and they were giving refunds and everything, and they're like, "We are sorry, we're gonna fix this." People's eyes like shoot out of their head, and like their bodies got real elongated.
There's a stretchy Pokemon. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it stands on the ground and just kind of flops over forward. And like the trainer spawned at the same part as the Pokemon, so it looked like he had a big dingus and he slapped the other Pokemon with it.
Oh, you're talking about
I
Wiglet,
don't know, maybe.
the white
I
thing?
don't know what it was.
It's a white worm coming out the ground that moves forward. Yeah, it's that's like the new Diglett. It's water ground or something like that. I had one on my team for a while.
Oh.
It was cool though. It was fun, but I got rid of
felt,
that.
felt like we've jumped the shark as soon as I seen the crab with punching gloves.
Fuck you, man. Crab Brawler is awesome.
I just said, you're starting to run out of ideas.
Dude, Crab Brawler used to be one of my mains in Sun and Moon when it came out. Oh man, I love that fucking Pokemon. I don't know, that could be like, that's probably one of my top 3 favorite Pokemon, honestly. Not because it's great, it's just fucking cool.
The new Diglett looks hilarious, but it wasn't that. I don't think it was.
They also have Tauros that are, Tauros are now fighting types.
Nice.
And then you can get, if you're playing Scarlet, you can get a fire fighting Toros. They have like a red mane and like a braided tail.
Okay.
And if you're playing violet, you can get a water one that has like twisted horns and like a blue mane.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I just my team is so fucking weird. It's just like everything I never thought I was gonna have.
My team on Pearl's pretty weird right now. Forget what it is though. Oh,
I have an electric fighting type fully evolved now on my team.
I have a licky licky.
Of course you
I
do.
was trying to use
Um,
Chansey, but fuck, Chansey's weak.
mm,
Every time you fight a Chansey, for some reason it's strong enough to survive and heal itself. It
you need to get a
ever.
Blissey.
Oh yeah, that's what I have, but still it sucks.
Does
Yeah,
it really?
it's like
Isn't it fairy type
it's
too
like
though?
pesos. How the zeros are meaningless.
Mm,
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, you hit by like one thing and it's like, oh, you're dead. I
Egg bomb.
was trying to involve Rolo into Lucario, so I can have a Lucario.
I got a psychic bug type or psychic bug type. I think it is. He's like a scarab holding like a psychic ball of energy.
Nice.
He's cool. I want a shiny of him though because he's gold.
Nice. I do like psychic types and bug types.
I just miss having an Alakazam, dude. I haven't had an Alakazam since Gen 1.
Yeah.
I want a Golem too. I fucking love Golem.
Whenever we were fucking going through gold, was it the red
Red
and
and blue,
blue?
yeah.
Fucking, I wanted to trade with you guys, but couldn't. We
Yeah.
what we had played it on different things or whatever.
I played it on a 3DS.
Yeah.
You could have traded with
Yeah.
me.
Oh, we just couldn't. I was trying to schedule it. You were always busy or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause I wanted um, a Gengar.
know. Yeah, I do. I do love
Wanted
Gengar.
Gengar or Alakazam. Forget just
I
the time
have,
I used Hypno or not because I had a badass Hypno before.
I forgot to tell you what happened yesterday.
What?
I was at work. I got a new job at the water department, so that's
Yeah.
cool. Um, so when the dude was digging with the backhoe, he fucking busted off like the top half of the sewer line,
Yeah.
and it's made of like that clay, so it just chopped off perfectly like in half, which was pretty crazy. And it's dry and everything. He has one foot in it, other foot like down kind of. He's like digging with a shovel. So, the people in the house fucking flush their toilet. All of a sudden, all this yellow water and toilet paper and all this fucking shit comes down, just hits him right in the fucking foot, and he doesn't even notice. And everybody's like looking over my way. I'm like, "Yo, bad news bears." They're like, "What?" And I was like, "Look at your foot." He's like, "Ah." It was so
Oh
gross.
yeah. That's pretty nasty. Why are you messing with sewage lines though?
We
It's
don't. We
accidental.
were getting the meter. We were getting the meter next
Yeah.
to it. And he fucking hit it with the backhoe and busted it. The sewer company had to come out and fix that.
That's
They don't really give a shit. They're just like, really, just cut and watch yourself, huh?
tough.
I was supposed to go out to work today. Not really supposed to. I told him like there was kind of like a vote, like, yo, do we want to work overtime? I was like, I was the only one who was like, why you guys worry about overtime so much? Like, 'cause that's how we make all our money. I was like, okay, well, I'm good. I got shit to do. 'Cause like today I gotta put up a Christmas tree and then do all this other shit.
Oh, you
So
gotta go get
yeah,
the Christmas tree or
we already have the Christmas
um
tree.
that
Cricket tree.
real one?
Yeah. Or no, that one's the one we have
What
is
the
fake one.
fuck?
Sorry. I ain't fucking going out there and buy. I had a real tree like once,
Really.
and I was like, fuck
I've had
this.
mostly real trees.
Yeah, they're just, I don't know. You could get a fake tree one time and you're done.
Fake trees
So,
suck.
hey, mine are fine. I can bend the branches and everything to however I want them.
Yeah, they're not natural. Fake.
It's awesome.
Not sure.
But, you want to jump into today's topic?
Topic.
The topic.
There's this Bleach game I looked up.
That's not the topic.
It has like these pseudo chibi looking things where they're not trying to be chibi, but they're small enough so it kind of looks chibi no matter what you do with it. Guess what the first image is in the fucking video?
I don't know anything about Bleach.
Well, you don't have to. Oh, it's not the very first image, but it's in the flash of images. Oh shit!
You had a video.
Damn it.
I don't know. I don't know. What is it?
Think Kanye West.
Crazy.
That is a swastika.
What the fuck? Why?
Because, I don't know. There's like a lot of swastikas in anime because of Buddhism.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's like, out of context, it's really funny. There's like a Yu Yu Hakusho character that has swastika on their head, and they're Buddhist.
Flag.
It's pretty funny. I think there's like an abridged version. They changed it to a smiley face.
All right, let's jump into today's game. The people need to know about Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes.
This is Mike's pick.
Love Shadow of the Colossus.
I'm not too fond of it, but it was fun while it lasted, I guess.
Oh.
If I didn't get shaken off every fucking thing so often, constantly have to keep trying to climb back
In
up.
my last playthrough, I did the amount that you did in like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I beat this game in
I'm
like
sitting there.
several hours. Well, about, what, I think 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm not big on it. Why don't you run us through it?
Okay. Shadow of the Colossus. It's from 2005. It's deemed an action adventure game, which, yeah, because you don't really level up. So, it's in a fantasy setting named Wander. Which I always forget the names because you don't really use it very much.
Right.
It enters an isolated and abandoned region of the realm, seeking power to revive a girl named Mono, which I also didn't know. You're basically, from what I could pick out from the story without reading anything, what I just paraphrased there was the most I've ever read about this game. Um, there's like, I always thought you were like a hand to like the princess, and she dies, and then you steal her and take her to this land where there's like a rumor where this creature that's locked in the Forbidden Land will give you one wish if you do what it says. I think you got to release it, and its spirit is split into the 16 different Colossus. So you have to kill all of the Colossus and free it.
All right. It's a boss rush game.
I don't know, I like how it does with how you get a sword and a horse. I forget the horse's name, even though your character yells it like all the time, whatever you call it,
Aro or something like that.
Ara or something.
Yeah.
You whistle for it and it comes to you.
And it has the worst controls
That's
ever.
horse controls. Heard of tank controls? These are horse controls.
It's bad. I was in the D&D group talking to them. They're like, "Yeah, well, no one really likes the horse, but the game's fun." I was like, "I mean, it's fun. it's time consuming to me because I don't know this game.
It's not too hard to find anything because you just hold your sword aloft and point it towards the sun, or you can point it anywhere as long as you're not in shadow. And the rays will shine off the sun and they'll focus where the next Colossus is. And I think the outer world needs a little help with some of the design because I get lost like so much in the outworld.
I just wish it had enemies.
That's I think that helps with how it's trying to portray this game because you get the classic like story of going to Forbidden Land to save like your love or whatever, and it's like, fuck, I lost train of thought. Oh, and it like adds to like the loneliness of the experience because you're just isolated and trying to save this chick, and everything you kill doesn't really seem like it's evil. Doesn't really do anything, but they just kind of wander around, just like you kind of wander, which is your name.
Right. And it's
And
just
every time you killed a Colossus, did you feel sad? I
nope.
did. Why didn't you feel sad?
Feel nothing. Feel
You didn't
nothing.
even try that.
Giant fucking monster that I have to kill. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't do it. They're not like doing anything. Every time you stab them, they're like body jolts, and they're like, they let out just their little creature moans. Yeah, they're not doing
Mikey,
anything now, buddy.
Mike,
What?
you wanna know something? It's not my fucking problem. I'm trying to save my Boo Bear over here, and these Colossus are in my way. So I find them and I strike them
Yeah,
down.
you can do it that way.
So
You gotta.
that's
How do
always
you
fun.
kill the Colossus, Mitch?
Oh God. Well, they're giant roaming motherfuckers, and you gotta get up on them somehow, climb their hairy, stony bodies, however you want to interpret that, and fucking you have a meter like anybody who's played Breath of the Wild, you have a fucking stamina meter that goes down constantly as you're doing an activity like climbing or swimming, and if it runs out, you fall off. If they swipe you or shake you off, you fall off. And then you have to repeat the process. Like some of them, they'll be walking around. Oh, how do you knock this one down? You shoot a bow and arrow into the sole of their foot as they're taking a
Yeah.
step. So every time you fall off, guess what you gotta do? You gotta shoot them in the sole of the foot and wait for them to step the right way to do it. And I mean, dude, I was okay with the sword. But the bell is a very annoying mechanic.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't get it down. But like I'm just like, what the fuck? I had to try several times until I got it down. I was like, alright, this ain't that bad.
Everyone's
And I'm
running
just
into
like, what the
trouble with
fuck?
it. It's different in some way. I forget exactly how.
But you shoot them in the soul and they take a knee. Then you jump up on their hairy stony bodies, blah blah blah. And they have little platforms on them here.
Then
It
you get
helps
up
them.
and you put your knee on its neck.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta take a knee on their neck and then fucking just stab the shit out of their fucking heads. Me, I didn't know you had to hold your sword up, like with a hold
Those
button, and wait for it to shine and then stab it. Mike, I'm streaming this to Mike. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, "I'm stabbing the bastard in the head." I didn't hold the charge or anything. I was just like stabbing, and nothing was happening. I'm like, "Mike, I'm
you're doing
doing
like
what you told me to
tiny bits
do."
of damage. Like
You're
watching
like,
this
no,
laugh
no,
my ass off.
hold the button. I was like, oh, okay. Shig, stab, and it's like 3 hits to kill the boss. It's like, okay, I just wasted so much time.
There's certain like little hidden things too. On the first one, there's under one of its back legs. There's a weak spot where you have to get it, and some of the other ones have things like that too. Most of them have
Yeah,
multiple weak spots you have to stab, like the second one Mitch was talking about has one on its butt.
Yeah.
Is that you can new game plus this, and that's kind of what I did. So I had like my full stamina that you get at the end of the game. I don't think I really needed it though, because I just on its spine there's this place that you can like sandwich yourself in against its spine so you don't like fall off, and you just rest there for a while.
Yeah. And no, I did not reach the flying one you were talking
It was
about.
like right
I
after.
stopped at 4, not 5. Yeah.
What
So
about
the giant tower thing was hard enough to deal with
what?
because you have to wait for it to slam on the ground, then jump on its club. And if it's not close to you, it won't slam. And you know how video games are. Sometimes they'll be close to you and they just won't slam sometimes. And you're just
That was
waiting
the
and
third
waiting and
boss.
waiting. I don't know what it was, but fuck that guy.
That was my favorite guy. It was one of the first ones that you have to like really think on.
Well, he wouldn't fucking slam his club on the
Yeah, you
ground.
have to get him to slam his club in the middle and break his armor off. I got him
Yeah.
to slam his club, and I climbed all the way up the sword, and I was like, "What do I do now?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My opinion, very annoying game, but I'm time conscious, so it's not best for me.
This game only takes like 7 hours to beat.
If you know exactly what you're doing,
You know
you were
exactly.
playing this game
You know
forever.
exactly what you're doing. It takes like 5.
Like you said, there was a flying one. Like I don't even want to fucking play around with that. Like how do you get on the flying one? You shoot it with an arrow and it drops and you get
Fourth
down.
one. No, it's in a big lake
Why?
because that's where it lives. It's home. He's saying it's too good for its home.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's wrong? The
But
the fourth one was one of my favorites. You come out, you go into this cave, and there's like this big ravine, and you come out on the other side. Well, you have to cross it. There's a little crossway, and then you get to what looks like the houses and the Hobbit houses in Lord of the Rings. And
mm,
then there's like this big old horse thingy, and you get him to chase you back to the Hobbit holes, and you get him to follow you to one of the Hobbit holes, and then you go in there, and he leans his head over and tries to look for you, and you sneak out of one of the other Hobbit holes, and you run up behind him and grab onto his dreadlock thingies that go down his face, and you climb up on his head and stab the shit out of him. He has two, but for some reason you can just kill him by using the one on his head. You have to have your sword out to show these weak marks that are like these sigil things that are on their bodies.
swords out, guns
Yeah.
out.
If you get your gun out, then you can't see it. You have to have a sword. What is?
Hmm.
And then fifth Colossus is a giant bird creature. Yeah. You go to this like lake thing that has a bunch of ruins in it, and you have to get close to the bird because he's just perched up in the middle. You shoot him with an arrow, and he gets pissed off and charges you. You just have to stand on these like 4 little rectangles that are sticking out of the water. He charges you, and you jump up on his wing. And then, like the 8 red coins on the sandbird, you have to climb to the fucking.
That is the worst fucking thing ever in a
Oh,
Mario
yeah.
game. Fuck the
You have to
Sandbird.
climb out to its fucking wings at the end and stab the sigils on each of its wings, and then there's one that's on its really long tail that it has.
So you gotta balance it out and hope you don't fall.
Yeah, because he'll turn and shit just like the sandbird does. Because he basically does that same thing where he just flies in an oval.
Gross.
Yeah, he ain't too hard though. And when you fall off, you just plummet into the water.
Jeez.
Then the sixth Colossus.
This is all you from now on. This is all you. I'll comment every now and
He's
then.
this big bearded motherfucker. You get into this big area and there's all these stairs. It's like a giant tomb or something. And there's these walls in front of the stairs, and he chases you. You have to climb up the walls while he just breaks through them. And you get to this big wall with like a little under thing. You shoot arrows at him, and he puts his hand underneath looking for you, and you have to jump onto his beard and climb up onto his head and kill him. He was one of the first ones I had a lot of trouble with. The first time I ever played. But he's pretty cool. His design is kind of lame compared to the other ones because he looks like a lot of the other ones. It's just your generic big Colossus guy. That's what you'd expect one to look like.
Right. Oh, I do. I did have to tell you
What?
something. This is not related to this at all.
No, probably.
I started selling my Zelda collection.
Really.
Yeah. I look back on the things that I bought and I'm like, I could do way better.
It's a weird way to phrase
So,
it.
I could do way better than this. Like, dude, I pulled out my original Zelda yesterday and I was like, this thing has a smashed fucking corner on the box. What the
What
fuck?
is this trash?
And then I wheeled it for like $100. I was like, I just want
Which
rid of
one was
this.
that?
The original Zelda in the box.
Oh,
Manual's falling apart. Fucking the map's looking a little crusty. I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't I look at this? And then I remembered who I bought it from.
this is probably blasphemy, but I don't like that one.
That's blasphemy. It's really fun if you actually
I
try
think the
it.
second one's better than the first.
Second one's so much fun and it's so
Oh, yeah.
underrated. Like that is the original Souls game. That game is hard as a motherfucker.
Did you see the fucking Game Boy remake they did for Elden Ring?
Yes, it looks amazing. I want it so bad.
They have a Bloodborne fucking PlayStation 1 version.
I saw that they had a God of War one too.
Yeah, they have those downgrades. I still don't
Right.
understand that. I think we talked about it on the show. I think that it's the
Because
upgrade.
people love the fucking 8-bit
Just
era,
the
dude.
ugliest generation. Not the 8-bit.
Or 16-bit.
No, that's
sorry.
like the original 3D shit, right?
Well, you said the Elden Ring one. I was thinking like 8-bit, 16-bit.
Yeah, I
whatever
understand
the fuck.
that, but like, I was
PS1 is the
so ugly.
worst.
Why do you
Like
want this?
N60, like N64 looks so much better.
It
and
looks
it's
like shit too, but it's
it looks like shit, but it's better shit. It's like PS1 is the black butt, bloody, fucking cancerous shit, and then there's like the brown, soft, firm shit.
so I remember having Driver 3. Forget what.
Oh God.
Yeah, you could. Driver 3 was the first one you could get out of your car. I was
Oh, how'd that
I was
work out?
messing with the camera angle, and you're like literally 2D. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? You're just a sprite. It's so weird looking.
Well, it's like people today miss, like in Pokemon, like the community, they're all about the fucking sprites from Gen 3.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like, I
Pokemon
understand.
sprites are sexy.
Well, I understand, but like, how could you like that more than what we have now?
Because it's far better.
I think Sun and Moon look the best.
I hate the 3D ones. All your fucking people look like zombies.
Shut up.
Well, I forget which one it was, Sun or Moon, or I think I had Moon. I tried to make my character like as soulless as possible looking. Just like this super pale person with fucking blue eyes and I have blue lipstick on. I'm like, I don't like
You played as a
towards
girl,
you.
didn't you?
I always play as girls in games.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You're one of
Yeah,
those.
I like the red name better than the blue name.
But anyway, Shadow of the Colossus.
That was a good one. Do you remember? Did you watch a lot of Big O?
No.
Cast in the name of God, ye are guilty. But there's this episode of Big O where there's fucking um, this power plant isn't working properly, and there's this giant like electric eel that fucking lives in the fucking dam, and it's been sucking all the power out, and Big O has to go kick its ass. Well, the seventh Colossus is basically that giant underwater eel thing, and this boss is very frustrating at times because it dips underwater and you can't do anything about it. Because you have to hold on to it while it dips underwater, and you can't stab while you're underwater, and your fatigue meter runs out like it's air. Then you just slowly float back up to the surface. It is in that.
Yeah, that's annoying.
It's got these big towers coming out of its eel body. Well, these big spikes, and it's like they electrocute you. And as you like stab through it, I think they stop working. He's
Yeah, there seems to always be something annoying about these bosses.
Well, they have their gimmicks, I guess.
Ugh.
There's so many.
I wish you would have just picked like another Overlord game. Dude, I just need an excuse to play that game.
Once I can find a copy of it, the second one.
I have a sealed copy of it.
What's that used for? It's sealed.
It was $15, trust me. I'm not hesitant on breaking that seal.
What's it for?
But I need a reason.
Why is it
So
for the
essentially
Wii?
my mindset is it's
Overlord
gonna be
2
like
for the
Pikmin.
Wii.
Oh no, not Overlord 2. I thought we played Overlord 2. No, we
Oh,
just played Overlord.
yeah.
Okay, this one is called here, let me look it up on my phone real quick.
Because I did that
Overlord.
with Bioshock as well, because I want to play both of them.
It's called Overlord Dark Legend.
Oh, I don't know what that is. It's not a mainline game. Fuck you.
I thought it
No,
was.
only 1 and 2,
Oh. Is it like that Pikmin? Hey Pikmin.
maybe. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I played one of them that uh was a top-down MMO, isometric. That's kind of
Oh,
that might be what that is. That's what I was thinking.
starts with a D.
No.
What's it called? What's that one game you tried to get me to play with you here?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Dominion. It's not Destiny.
Have to be
It's
more descriptive.
that really popular game that's isometric that I fucking hated.
Oh,
Oh, fuck. Nathan plays it too, or at least he used to.
oh, that narrows it down, but I don't know.
I don't know. You can play as two people. You start out in a place with a bunch of barrels.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just all right. Continue. I'll think of the name.
It's that the eighth Colossus is pain in the fucking dick. He's you, he's in a ruin in underground, and he is I'd say he's like a gecko or some shit. And he motherfucking shoots beams out his fucking mouth hole that fucking always end up killing me. You have to lure him up on the walls, and then it's like a building that he's in. And he climbs up the walls of the building, and you go on the opposite side of the windows, and shoot his feet till he falls off. Then you have to go all the way down, and stab him in his belly. I think he has 2 different weak points.
Divinity.
Divinity. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I fucking hate that game.
Divinity's awesome.
Gross. Alright, anyway.
I knew I loved Divinity. Remember, I played the first one, and I carried this poison barrel, and then there's like this big fire, and I threw it in the fire, and it blew up and killed a bunch of orcs. I was like, yes, this is what I want. This is D&D, the video game.
I talked to Rich about playing Diablo.
Yeah,
He's down.
nice. 3?
So
Nice.
yeah. He said he needs to re-download it or something like that, but he said he's down. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll be down to do that. On the
Yeah.
4? Or whatever.
On the floor?
4? 4.
What do you
4.
mean? Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, I do it on
Yeah.
5, but
Yeah, whatever.
I think he has 5 now
Okay.
too.
Yeah, that'll work.
That means you need to get a 5
No, it
now.
doesn't.
Do
No.
it. You can find them at
I
stores.
don't care. I don't want one. I got other things to buy.
Quit buying miniatures.
I do need. I bought this fucking badass one, and I can't wait till it comes.
You gotta put it together right
Maybe.
there. Alright, continue.
You little squirt gun. Like, back! What are we,
I mean, you don't have to go through it all.
I know. It's probably, your interjections are helping. I'm serious.
Yeah, I think you're after the eel boss.
Yeah, I did the salamander one. He's a pain in the dick. There's this other one. You're basically in the ninth one. It doesn't really look like any animal I can think of. But it basically has the same fucking shot thing that the other one has. And you gotta go all the way to one side of this desert with these, what are these called? Things that shoot water out of the ground. Geysers. There's a bunch of field of geysers, and you gotta arouse it from its sleep in this cave. Then it comes out, and you gotta use your horse to lure it over to the fucking geysers. And this is a pain in the dick. Trying to get your horse to fucking communicate with you properly, because you can't outrun it. So you're like,
I couldn't even get the bastard to fucking come up to a wall
oh
so I
yeah,
could jump up onto
imagine
the
whenever
ledge.
you got to this part, you would have fucking hated it.
Oh, I already do.
So you gotta blast his face with the geysers, and then you climb up on his head and stab him to death. I didn't do that one recently, so I don't remember exactly where the things are. Then the 10th one. The 10th one is the motherfucking sandworm, and he is a bitch. You have to fucking. This is another one where your horse is very important. He's in this underground cave. Like, remember when we fought the Diablo from fucking Monster Hunter?
No.
How we had to go into a little underground cave that's full of sand.
I don't think that was me.
Yeah, it's
Man.
definitely you.
I don't remember sand at all.
There's a big desert. The second level's a desert.
Yeah, I don't think we made
Yeah,
it
we
that
did.
far.
We made it pretty far, but the Diablo was the one with the big horns on its head.
Oh! Yes, I do remember. Okay, never mind.
See, there's this. What you gotta do is it burrows underground the whole time, and it will chase you. You gotta get on your horse and try to make it go into cyclical motion, so you can get long enough to fucking turn around on your horse with the bow and arrow. The thing's head will be popping out of the ground. You gotta shoot it in its eye, and then it fucking hits the wall, and you gotta go climb up on it and stab it to death. He was always like my nemesis. I fucking hate him so much. sounds simple how I put it, but it's pretty hard. Here's the 10th one, or the 11th one, which Mitch watched me kill. So he did something.
The bull
Yeah.
thing.
You gotta fucking piss this motherfucker off and get him to charge you off of this cliff. And then he has a plate of armor on him that'll break off. And you gotta lure him back up to the thing and get him to like head smash against these torches. And then jump on his back. He doesn't like fire, so you gotta get a little torch. The first time I fucking played this, I could not figure that out because that was never a mechanic in the entirety of the game where you pick up some random torch. And he's afraid of it, so it like the whole point, the whole solution to this puzzle is something you have never used and will never use again. I always hate that in puzzle games, and I love this game, but I gotta say that was a bad choice. And he fucking shakes you off his back like constantly, so you could never get a full sword stab in unless you time it like absolutely perfectly. And I think whenever you watched, I was like super on point that time.
Yeah, you got rid of him pretty quick.
Yeah. The 12th one is this giant bowl-looking thing that's in water, and you have to swim over to these shrines and get him to jump on the shrines in certain ways. Then jump on his head, and he's got fucking teeth coming out his fucking head. I have no idea why, but they're fucking weird looking, and they're definitely teeth shaped, like broken teeth shaped. And you hit the teeth to make him steer, and you steer him over to one of the shrines so you can get on the top, and then you hide or something. And then he'll jump up on top of it, and you have to jump onto his chest and stab him a bunch of times. That it's I've had it go both ways, where it's super hard to get him to jump up so you can get your opening, and I've had it where he just does it all the time and you kill him really fast. So
Nice.
yeah, it's kind of shit show though, how that is. You got any
Alright.
other interjections before I finish the last four?
It all just sounds like ass, bro.
Ass, bro.
It just sounds like everything that I hate. Waiting and making something do something.
Oh, this game because it's challenging. Well, see, that's the whole thing with the Dark Souls stuff is that I don't like the wait because most of it's like, oh, you gotta dodge this string of combos and then this other string of combos, and then you got like this 1 second opening where you hit them.
Yeah, see, whenever I played with you in Elden Ring, I noticed you dodge so much, and I just eat it. Like, our play styles are completely different.
Oh yeah.
Get, like, a bunch of combos in while they're trying to combo you, back off, heal real quick, and then fucking go back up in that ass. Like, it's just, I can't sit there and dodge forever like you. You don't need to dodge like that.
No,
You
that's
really
like
don't.
I was a magic user, so I didn't have.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was your fucking fault. That's why I
No,
never
I
do
did it for
magic.
my play style. I have to play games a certain way, or it just doesn't feel rewarding.
Well, I try to always, like, do magic in RPGs like that, and it never works out. It's like, this is just very time
I only
consuming.
like my incantations. I didn't use the actual magic, the sorceries.
Didn't you learn the Kamehameha wave?
I did, but I didn't ever use it because I wasn't a sorcerer. I was the
Oh.
prophet, so I did incantations.
Mm. That was the only thing I wanted out of, like, magic in that game, and I never did it.
The fire one was always good.
I basically just blood builded the game.
I didn't use any of the weapons that people like to use. I used the short sword or whatever, arming sword. for the majority of the game. Just single hand.
Yeah, I used that for like half the game. Then once I got my Rivers of Blood, I was like, "Yep, this is it."
Yeah, but you dual wielded.
This,
You dual
huh?
wielded, didn't you?
Fuck
Yeah, I
yeah, I
didn't
did.
dual wield.
I just didn't care. I was like, I mean, it's in the game. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just have certain things that I like to do.
Well, I tried everything else, and I was just like, I really like the whips,
The whips are
but
fun.
the whips can only go so far. That's like they were like, oh, we're just gonna make a bunch of cool shit for everything except for the
The whips
whips.
kind of have good combos. I think I got
Oh, they're really
a
fast.
good, pretty long combo on. Was it those whips that have bleed on them? I was wielding
Yeah,
them. You could do pretty good combos with that.
I only had one of them. I didn't
I
have
think the
two.
claws
So
have the longest combo. The claws are the fists.
yeah, I want to use those.
Those were fun. I used the fists. They're kind of annoying though. I prefer the claws.
But anyway, let's uh let's wrap up this game talk so we don't
Okay.
spoil the rest of the game because you already made it to like the 11th one,
The 13th. That's what I'm.
13th.
Is this
Okay.
go out to this desert?
Nope. Nope. Don't
Why?
spoil it. Don't do
Oh,
it.
I,
Don't do
just,
it.
I
Let
love
them
this
find
one
out.
a lot. This is one of my favorite.
Okay, one more mic.
Well, I'll
Damn.
just make comments on them then. The 13th one is one of my favorite ones. It's when it started to sink into me that this was more of a sad story than it was anything else. 14th one is a fucking jackhole. That is another small one. Always trying to guess what the animals they would be were in between each Colossus. So it's like, oh, what's this one gonna be? And I'd look at the statues. There's a bunch of statues that are 16. They're always pretty cool. The 15th one is another one where it's like you use a mechanic where you don't use ever before or ever again. It's just shit. They probably should have just let them be Colossus. But I guess 15 is a great number. Neither is 16. Who the fuck? You know what I'm? What do you think about that? Why is there
What?
16 bosses instead of like 13 or 10?
Uh, I have no idea. I think this whole game's ass whack, bro.
The 16th Colossus is everything you would expect with the final boss.
Nothing. It's either everything or nothing.
No, he's like the tower in Caelid, basically.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck. Jeez. Is he just like this massive fucking
yeah, he's
thing?
a massive tower. Is that as you walk towards him, he shoots fucking beams at you.
Nope. Yeah, you see, here's the thing though, with the Tower of Caelid, I got in there every time easy once I figured out where I'm supposed to
Yeah,
go. I kept on making it all the way up to the fortress, and then I was like, I don't
no,
know
I
where to
mean
go. And then Giant fucking drops from the
I
sky.
mean the whatchamacallit, the fucking the god, the divine tower.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like the divine tower in Caleb, where you have this giant fucking obstacle course you have to jump through.
Oh, okay, gross.
Yeah, he's pretty annoying. But there you
I
go.
had so much fun with that game.
It's the
So much fun with
16
that
Colossus, and I'll spoil
game.
some of the story points in the end. Good, but Mitch said
um,
not to.
yeah, you can't do that. I have figured out what game I want to play next. Unless you want to pick another one for tomorrow that we can review that we've already done. We haven't reviewed it on here, but one that we have both played. You were talking about Pikmin 3. I'm 100% down for reviewing that.
Yeah, we could.
But if you do that, then I get two picks in a row. So it's up to
Well,
you.
I was just suggesting Pikmin 3 because we both have played it and we can get another episode out.
Right. And that's up to you. Do you want to do Pikmin 3? Or do you just want my next pick and we'll do a bullshit episode next?
Is it the pick that I think it is?
What do you think it is? And I'll tell you yes or
The
no.
the the breathy one.
The
Yeah.
breathy one? It might be.
Nice.
Do you want to do the breathy one?
Yes.
You want me
Well,
to lend you my copy and you can discover how great of a game this
yes.
is? Okay, we're doing Breath of the Wild next.
Yes.
Hell yeah, bro. But but do you still want to do Pikmin 3 this weekend?
We can.
Alright, cool. Yeah, now I got 2 picks.
Well, I beat it anyway.
You already beat it
Skyrim.
like 3
Or,
times.
yeah, Skyrim. Skyrim for the Switch.
I don't know about that. I'll play Skyrim. I can talk forever about Skyrim.
Whatchamacallit? Breath of the Wild.
You want to do Skyrim? We can review
I'm
Skyrim.
saying it would take a while to play Breath of the Wild. Come on now. I can't rush through games. I don't want to do that. I think it's fair.
Yeah, but once you start playing Breath of the Wild, that's all you're gonna play is Breath of the Wild. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. Like, when I got Breath of the Wild, that was it for like a month. It was every day after work, at work, everything. Just Breath of the Wild. We go to Casey's parents' house for fucking Sunday dinner. I'm sitting on the couch ignoring everybody. Breath of the Wild.
So I don't like using my Switch in my hands.
I did until my Joy-Con went bad.
Yeah, it feels like it'll do that.
And wait till you fight them Lionels, man.
Lionel Richie.
If you had to fight Lionel Richie, that'd be prime. That'd be prime gaming.
Prime gaming.
It would be.
Yeah, okay.
Stuck on you. Did you ever hear that song he made about the blind girl? Or about him being blind or something? I forget what it's called. But
I don't always remember people's names or who they are. Remember one or the other, and sometimes neither.
So what do you want to do tomorrow? Skyrim?
Try to take over the world.
We always do that. Do you want to do Skyrim or
Brain.
We could do both easily.
Well, what is Skyrim your pick?
No, I thought you were suggesting Skyrim also, though. I thought it was a little hint.
Well, if that could be your second pick.
I'm not picking Skyrim.
See, there you go.
That's too easy.
We'll do Breath of the Wild.
Well, yeah, but what do you want to do Sunday, though? We got to put out another episode. The fans have been waiting. You want to do a bullshit episode?
Yeah. We should call it a bullshitting episode, not a bullshit episode, because that sounds like derogatory.
Well, the last one was bullshit
It's
episode.
bullshitting. We were in the act of bullshit. Not just bullshit, because it seems like we didn't even try.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Coming to a close. All right, later, man.
The something. I was gonna say some foreign thing. Later.
Adios.
Ada Vidivici.